Okay, JJ, turn on your camera, and it's already 8, so we can start our class. Please turn on your camera, and it's already 8, so we can start our class.
Hello, sir.
We're starting our class with reciting Namo Karma. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Vayariyanam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchadamokaro, Sava Pava Panasano, Manglanancha Savesim, Padmam Avai Mangalam. Okay, Ashwin, can you take a Manglacharan of
What?
Chetala? Can you sing a Manglacharan of the Chetala? Do you know, right?
I cannot hear you. Your voice is cutting out.
Oh,
Hello? Hello, sir?
To hear my voice? બોલે છે બધાને સંભળાય છે?
It is very laggy.
Yeah, it is because I'm already outside, so that's why I'll try to speak it very slowly so you can hear it. But now this is much more audible, or hello? Navya, it is good?
Yes, I can hear it.
You can hear, right? Okay, so we will be start with this the Chetala Mangla Charan. तीन भुवन में सार, तीन भुवन में सार, वीतराग विज्ञानता, शिव स्वरूप शिवकार, शिव स्वरूप शिवकार, नमः त्रियोग संहारिके. So as we are learning a Chetala, so Navya, do you know who wrote this the Chetala? Navya?
Pandit Dalat Ramji.
Yes, very good. So Pandit Daulat Ramji is the Chetala. And the style of this Chetala is like a storytelling, right? And what they did it, they cover up our entire Jinagam, okay, into just almost like around 100 stanza. And that's why it is one way, it's very short, but if we try to describe it, it's become a very big one, okay, because the entire Jinagam is been covered under this one. So in the first tal, we learned, right? We learned none of those, the all four gatis is happy. We cannot stay any gati happy, right? Neither in Devgati. Devgati also has a miseries, same as Manushya gati, okay, Tiryansh gati, and Nark gati. So if there is not any happiness in any of those the gati, then where is the happiness? And what is the cause behind? We are still unhappy, right? Because what is our journey, or what is our quest? Our quest is always been to get a happy, to get a bliss, okay? Yes, Navya.
Like to go to like Silsila and become Titankars.
Yes, But Sitsila is a place, right? So whether, okay, so who actually give you happiness? Place or your eternal, uh, which will give you happiness?
The turn.
Because happiness is come from your inside, right? It is not just a place it is where, because why, whenever you liberated, your soul is going to a top of the universe, and that is the top. You cannot go beyond it. There is a limitation, so that's why. Okay, and that is what we always call. So and it will be lived over there and after forever. That is a place. But actually happiness comes within you. Actually blissness comes within you. Okay. सो एक्चुअली जो सुख होता है ना वो अंदर से ही आता है. ओके, so that is what we have. Okay, so in the first one we confirm that yes we are unhappy, and in a second dal we have started, okay, if you know what's the disease you have, and then after you can start a diagnosis, right? What is the reason behind it? And in a third one we can start to solve it. Okay, how to solve, what are the medicines to impact on it. Okay, so and that is the second dal. And second dal we have started and we have learned there are the three main cause of, that's why we are still in a sansar, that's why we're still wandering in a sansar. So what are the three main cause? Mithya gyan, mithya darshan, and mithya charitra, right? So far we have learned about uh, mithya darshan. What is the mithya darshan? Now there is a chapter is starting. What is the mithya gyan? Okay. So in a stanza 9, 10, and 11, we learned, right? What is the mithya darshan? So what is the mithya darshan? In a simple way, if you want to try to explain you, darshan means belief, a strong belief from the inside one. It's called a darshan, right? So it's called a shraddha as well. So whenever you have a wrong belief, and I will just give an example. If you're believing that, okay, like Hanumanji or Ganeshji will bring a prosperity in your home, okay, and you are keeping a statue of a Ganeshji, and every day you do this puja. So does it really bring you prosperity? If it is so, where is your karma, right? So where is your karma? And second thing, okay, if he, we also need to decide that is Ganesh tree is your servant or a god? If it is a god, okay, you can order someone to your servant. You cannot order to the god. All right. So inside one, what is we have? We have a belief that okay, if I have a statue of Ganesh tree at my home, then it will be bring me a prosperity and peace at my home. So that is the wrong perception. Okay, and that is that the belief we have. So that is what the first thing they do, and that's why we learned about Kuguru, Kudev, and Kudharma. We have also learned that what are, how we know who is a Kuguru, how we know who is a Kudev, and how we know what is the Kudharma, right? So all those ones, so we have learned so far, and they give us some characteristics of the Kudev as well as the Kuguru. So what is the characteristics of the Kudev? Kudev, Kudev has, you know, that all the Kudev is has a full of rag, dresh, right? And they always been talking about sensual pleasure. They always been have a fear for. Okay, so that's why many times you will see with them with the weapon, okay, with their clothes, and they and with all other things. Okay, they like some kind of the foods and your offerings. All those are the kudev. And what is the ku-guru? Ku-guru is what they preaches to you. They usually preaches about rag, dresh, violence, because anything if you do, okay, they says, okay, make a mala from a flower, right? From a make a garland from the flower. And now we have learned so far that flower is one sense Jew. Are you able to hear my voice, everyone?
It's cutting a little bit in the middle.
Cutting a little bit, yeah, because I'm
Yeah, just
outside also.
sometimes.
Sometimes, right? So that is what I'll try to speak very slowly. So at least if something and if you are missing anything, please you know that unmute yourself and tell me. I can repeat it. Okay. So we are know, right? Who is a true guru? So who preaches those things to us? That is the true guru. Okay. And what is the kudharma? That is we are going to learn now. So will be start from the stanza 12. We need all those to recap whatever we have learned so far, and will start it. So who wants to try to read this one? Avika, do you want to try?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
G क्रियाय
Hey kriya,
तिनहि
inahe,
जनुक धर्म तिन साधारी
ye, sarve,
लहिए
lahe,
अशारम
jeev lahe, asharma. Okay, I think they might have, if you're reading from the English one, I will definitely make an attentions, but they forget about one word, jeev. Okay, in Sarde, jeev, lahe, asharma. Very good. Yaku,
याकून रहित मिथ्याल जान
mithyat,
अब सन गृहीत जो ही
agyan.
अज्ञान.
Mhm. So, je kriya inhe janahu kudharma. जे क्रिया तिन्हें जानहु कुधर्म तिन सरते जीवल है अशर्म या कुगृहीत मिथ्यात्व जान अब सुन गृहीत जो है अज्ञान. J means those, right? Okay, kriya means the activities. Okay, so those activities, those are the activities we have already know about it, right? So janahu, knowing it. So those activity we know them is if we are following to those activities, which those activities which is been mentioned in a mithya gyan and mithya shraddhan, or we can say mithya shraddhan. What is the another name for that one? Mithya darshan. So whatever we know, what is the mithya darshan and mithya gyan, if we are following to that activities, it's become a mithya, or we can say kudharma. It's mithya dharma, right? It's become a kudharma. Ku means a wrong dharma, okay, or religion. Tin means those. Sardhe, sardhe here you are trusting it, okay? That is what we have to learn. You believing it. Okay, so if we are believing into Kudev, Kuguru, and Kudharma, okay, Jeev means we are a Jeev, a soul. Lahe, feel it, okay, or bear it. What is Asharma? Asharma means misery. Okay, यहाँ पे means here one it's make them an atishay. Atishay means a huge. Okay, that's how they make it. Yaku, that way. Grahit means, yeah, that is means we learn, acquired one. Mithyatva, wrong perceptions. Jan means now you know it. Ab, now. Soon, hear or listen or understand. grahit grahit mithyatva jo hai agyan. So now they are talking about, now in the next stanza they will start about mithya gyan. Okay, so we will be understanding what exactly they want to tell it here one. So they say, hey, whatever a path is shown by Kudev or a Kuguru, if you are following to that path, okay, and that's become Kudharma. Okay. So what kind of the path they say? They say, that means, okay, if you everywhere, if you heard about in all other religions ones, what they say is, okay, do Jivdaya. So what you need to do, okay, build a hospital, work for other, okay, just believe, confess your sins and you will be sin free, okay, or on a certain days in like, okay, give me a sacrifice, right, give me a bali. So all those, and if you are following into that path one, that's become Udharma, means you are on wrong religious side. Okay, and what is the religious here one, means you are following with your whole heart. Okay, and that is called a religious. That's why we can say you following it religiously. You have a full faith, and if you are following to those one, it's become good dharma, right? So we just on this one we took those the example from the outside, but what is the inside up here one in Jain dharma? If you are in a Jain, if you are as a Jain, what are the good dharma you are following? Okay, I'm just opening these sessions for, because now these things we need to understand it. Okay, so can anyone wants to share their experience what we are doing right now, or if you see that whatever the kudharma we are following it? No. Okay, wants to share, Ashwin, if you have seen so far, okay, try to share with you, and then after, otherwise I will start. We do many, right? And I'm just giving you, I am giving you a very simple example. Yes, Navya, yeah, share it, Navya, you can. Or if you have any questions, you can definitely unmute yourself and tell.
Yeah, this has actually not happened, but like some people, it happens um like paying their respects to other gods.
Yes, definitely. So that is the Kudharma, we are following it, right? I'm just giving an example. Uh, and you might have already seen into our Jain temple one. Okay, how many of you seen in our Jain temple Padmavati Devi or Ambika Devi or Shasan Devi? Okay, right? So that is, and then because those are who are those one? Those are the deities, those are the devs, and who lives in four gatiswaras, right? And in a temple, what is this? The temple is for? Temple is for our God, who is a Vitragi. It is a residence for that. So over there, if you in a front of those Dev, if you are in front of our Vitragi Bhagwan, who attended Keval, okay, who are who already do not possess anything, who do not have any kind of those the sensual pleasures or other things, right? In front of those one, if you try to do those the puja or you bow down to the person who actually it's like an that they're followers, like you are a follower. Okay, so I will just put it in other way. If you are going to see a president, okay, president of the United States, Joe Biden, okay, for an example, and Joe Biden is just saying, and there are the security, always they have a security guards next to those one, right? Because he's president. So instead of the seeing a president, you start praising and you do those the arty to that the security guard, how a president feel? Yep, you can tell us how that he feels. Okay, how full this one is, right? And then after, if you try to even do those the arti and puja to Chinindra Bhagwan, and now they will pay any attentions to you? No. If you are president and if you will see somebody is just talking to your servant or a peon or other one and try to that make it really good with them and then come to you but not paying much attention to you, the same way we are doing. Okay, so that is the one thing. Second one, our bhagwans are vitragi. Okay, so we always need to bow down, because in a Jain dharma there we always have much more importance of the sanyam. That's why we bow down to Muni Maharaj, right? Who leaves everything, who leaves all those their worldly pleasures and become a monk. And that is what we believe, right? And if you are seeing now Tirthankar Bhagwan, when the Tirthankar is become a maid after the Keval Gyan Kalyana, we already learn about all those the Panch Kalyana. And after that one, if we'll see that the Pratimaji is like a king one and you start to praise them, bow down. So all those one are Udharma. Okay, what is the second one? Second thing, we believe that, okay, this God will make us happy. If I'm chanting down those the Namokar mantra before going to give an exams, and I will pass this exam, or certainly you will pass that exam too, right? But it is not because of you chanted out Naukar mantra before that exam. It is because you have prepared it. But you believe it that, hey, every time if I'm reciting an Namokar mantra and given exam, and I've always been successful, so that is your also kudharma. That is your wrong belief. It doesn't mean it's because the Namokar mantra and your exam has not any direct connections, even not even indirect connections as well, right? So even though we have seen those kind of the result one, person has already reversed their disease through just reciting Namokar mantra, chanting a Namokar mantra. How these things happen, I'm explaining you. Okay, so these things is happen whenever you're reciting a Namokar mantra. Okay, on that time what happened? On that time your bad karmas is start to loosen up their control and eventually it will be go, right? So their fruits, whatever their fruits you are right now facing, that fruit will be also getting reducing and sometimes it's go away. That is the cause and the uh, reason behind it. But it doesn't have, for those Namokar mantra has the same impact. So if you all learn the science, we know if we're doing something in the same manner, we always get the same kind of the result. And that is what up here one. And in Jain Dharma, it's already applied in the same way. We are doing all those that were misconceptions kind of the things all the way. Whatever we learn, those are the wrong. And then we following those one, it's also wrong. But I have just tried to get an or find out an example who attend a mocks without getting a Samyak Gyan. Are we getting a mocks without attending a Samyak Gyan? No, right? So that is the very first and basic key. Okay, give me or try to find out any one example who attend a mocks without being a monk. No one. You need to be follow that the path, that the process. Okay, and that's why if you follow the process, you are getting the same result. Okay, whatever they did it, and that is what that the process and that path and that things they give us. Okay, the same way. If you are doing, whoever in this world attend the Samyak Gyan, they attend the same way how all those one who attend the books and first time they get it. So there is always been in the same process, same method, okay, same way. And even sometimes you are also getting the same kind of those internal bliss as well. Okay, so that is what we learned up here one. Jo kriya tine kudharma. What is the kudharma, right? Tin means those. Sardhe means who believe into that one. Jiv lahe asharma. That's why we asharma here when we are feeling lots of misery. Means this one, we do not have a word, and we already learned what are we are in a result. What we are getting, we are wandering in a four gatis, right? चार गति हमारा कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता. So for all those things, we supposed to know mithya gyan, mithyatva jhan. You know there is all this one mithyatva. And now let's be talking about mithyat, mit or agyan or mithya gyan. Okay, I think this one is really good one. Okay, so let's will this time it will give a little bit inside there. So Gia, okay, Arrow, and okay, so Gia take number 1 and Arrow take number 2.
Okay.
How can we know? Okay,
Okay.
are you able to explain, right? Number 1.
Yeah. How can we know that who is Guru, Dev and Dharma?
True Guru. True
True
Guru,
Guru
Dev,
and Dharma.
very,
Remember
very
Remember we discussed about the ling. Understand it with a dress code. For example, in that Muni, ling is known by peachy, kamandal, nude and non-decorated body, pricking of hair, case These are dress codes of the true guru.
very good, right? A link. Link means okay. How we can recognize it? What are characteristics or symbols? Okay, from the outside one you can easily or a sign you can in simple way tell to know who is a true guru. So in a Muni link, there are the 3 links we know. Muni link, Dharma link, right? In the last chapter, we only learned about those one. So Muni has, what Muni has? Muni has a Pichi, Kamandal, and nude. Okay. Their body is also non-decorated body, means they do not have tattoos or they do not have any kind of those the leaves, anything over the body. They didn't painted their body with so many things, right? And what they do, even they picking of their hair, means they do the cash lodge, and that is the dress codes for true guru. So by just seeing up that, we know this one is the Muni Maharaj, and those are our guru. So why we call them a guru? How many we have Muni Maharaj? How many different kinds of the Muni Maharaj we have in a Namokar mantra? Very simple, right? Every day you reciting a Namokar mantra. So we have what are the Muni Maharaj in a degree wise, okay, or in a qualification wise, following in a Namokar mantra, we consider as Arav. You want to try? Yes.
Which part?
Okay. So in a Namokar mantra, right, we have 2 devs and 3 gurus. Okay. So all 3 gurus are Muni Maharaj. But what are they? What are their positions?
To just concentrate.
No, their positions, like whom we can call, right? whenever we see all those ones, so those are the Acharya, like an Acharya Vidyasagarji, right? Acharya ji. The second position is Upadhyay ji. And third one is Muni Maharaj, or we can call it Sadhu or Sadhviji, right? So those are the first one, always been, even though all three considered as a Sadhu, but over there are Upadhyay ji and there are the Acharya ji as well. Okay. And then after we have two devs. First one is Arihant Bhagwan. That is our first dev. So who are Arihant Bhagwan? Who can give me an answer? Or do I need to
I
pick up?
have a question. I don't know what is this about, but like it's not about Muni Maharaj or this what we're talking about right now. It's about something else. Like, can you predict your future before you're born? Like for like for for my next birth, can you predict your future? Can you predict your next birth you're gonna be, or it depends?
Yes. You can always pin. Okay. And this one is very easy. So you can just, okay, we always as a Jain, we believe a theory of karma. Whenever you bow, you reap, correct? So if you in your
Your
in
voice
your
is
life you did it okay, so let me repeat a question. Gia's question is how we know where we are going in the next birth. Okay, is there a way to know? Yes, there are a couple of ways. First one,
because
okay,
can you
we know. Oh, sorry, Gia. Because of that, the internet, my voice might be breaking, right? Okay, so let me repeat it. So there are the couple of ways to know where you are going to be born in the next birth. First one, okay, I don't think so we have learned that the lessons, but it is by having an Audhigyan or asking any Audhigyani Muni Maharaj, okay, or even many Shravak has a Audhigyan too. And if they know it, they can tell you from here you are going to where. Okay, and we have a very good example of Srimad Rajchandraji, who has that the knowledge of past 700 birth. And next, anyway, he just has an Ekautari, means he just have only one birth is left. Right now, he is in a Swarg or in a heaven, so he knows it. Okay, he will be going in a heaven. Okay, and then he born as a human somewhere and going to be in a moksha. But so that is the first way. Second way, if you attain a samyak gyan, okay, if you attain the samyak gyan, you cannot, because there are the other rules will be applied. Okay, so you will never going to be any kind of animal. First one. Second one, you cannot go in a nar until you have your previously your ayu karma has already been built up, right? Or already have your bondage one. Okay, so that is the condition one. But we are forget about as at your age that the conditions I hardly believe that will be applied to you. And third thing, okay, you never be born as a bad kind or any lower category of a human race. If you born as a human one, you always been born in a very rich family. Okay, so and even the, if you go in heaven, right? If you're going in a swarg, you're not going to be a Bhavanvasi, Vyantar, or Jyotish Dev. So those are the lower category devs. There are the four kinds of those the devs. First one is the Bhavanvasi, very lowest category. Second one, little bit higher, is Vyantar, and higher than the Vyantar is Jyotish. And the top class one are Vaimanik Dev. So you always been born after you are okay. If you attend the Samyak Gyan here, okay, and then after if you are going, you always been born as a Vaimanik Dev in a Swarg. Or if you be an human, right, then either you always born in a Bhumi, or if you're born in a Karma Bhumi, you never ever born as a man. You always been either be a king or a very rich man or a son of rich man where you have. Okay, so that's where you know where you are going. Third way, in your throughout your life, if you did it, none of those the single any kind of the good things, you definitely know where you are going to be. So there are the two places to go. First one is nerd, okay, because that is a broader, bigger one. But the second one is a Tiryanch one, and Tiryanch is far more dangerous than the nerd, far much more dangerous than the nerd. Why? Because in a nerd, it is still you are born as in fifth sense once, right? Panchendriya ke saath you are there. But in a Tiryanch, you can be a ekendriya, one sense, two, four sense, or even fifth sense, right? But born as a fifth sense Tiryanch one or animal, you need a lots of those the punyas. And if you didn't have those one, chances are very less. And ultimately, even Nigo, hello, are you able to see it or listen it? Hello,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but it's
yes,
still
right. So okay, so I hope you know where you are going to be, and if you are following our Jain Dharma, right? Not only Jain Dharma, what is the Jain Dharma? Jain Dharma is not something that we are doing kind of so activities and we become a Jain. Jain Dharma is means that we are experiencing ourself, our Atma. That is the Jain, right? And that is called a Jain. That is the Jain. That's what the Jain version is. That is all those the Kevali Bhagwan did it. What the Kevali Bhagwan are doing and what the Sikh Bhagwans are doing, they are just experiencing themselves. That's it. So everything is we have a beginning with this the experience and end with this the experience. Okay, and experience is not from any side, any kind of the outside one, but just for our self experience. That's it. Okay, so that's how you know. And there are the various way you also, but that is another subject, and it's called the nimit gyan. Okay, but that is the another subject and it will be, and if sometimes we will get a chance, I will open it and try to tell you in each way. But yes, there are a way, definitely you know in the next birth where you are going to be. Okay, but
Okay.
it's been depend on you where you want to go.
Okay.
Okay, and we already
Okay.
know doing a good karma, you are listening good things, and if you try to get an samyak gyan one, yes, then after you know forever. But other things before the Samyagyan, if you do not did the Samyagyan, for an example, right, you do not put all your efforts to get in Samyagyan one, then and if you accumulated some kind of those the good karmas that might help you for your next birth, but then the following one up there, you do not have a control. I'm giving you just an one example. Okay, so if you did it here, good, very good tapasya, you built up a lots of punya. As a result, you born as a dev, right? So dev has only two gatis. Okay, once the devs will die, we already learned, even in an, I think in a first dhal, we have already learned. So where this the dev will be going to? They will go in Akendriya, okay, and you know that, right? They can only go to the three kind of those secondary we have learned, and then after they can only go to this the manushya. They cannot go in and become any kind of another animal. Okay, either they can be after he dies from the devgati, either they can be a manushya or they can be a kendriya. Okay, and those are the
Okay.
three kinds. Vikai,
Okay.
and then they are not going to be vanaspati kai. Okay, up vayu kai and jal kai. Oh,
Okay.
so yes, Navya.
And the Yanchikati, right?
I can't hear
I
properly.
mean, Chikati, right?
Can you repeat it, please? Sorry.
So why can't Devs just be reborn as Devs again?
No, they cannot because usually who is going to be in a dev, right? Even same way, it will be okay. There are the two gatis. They cannot born as in a. They cannot go into the same one. First one is narkati. Okay, if you going to be if you be in a hell or in nark one. Okay, after you end your life, you cannot reborn again in a nark. Very first one. The same thing, the same principle applies in a dev as well. Why it is not? Because they okay, either they accumulate a lots of punya and that's bring them to be a manushya, okay, or they just spend all their punyas into that means just try to have what we can say. They just spend it in a sensory pleasures one, okay, and all those the bhog vilas. That's why they spend all those one. They do not have enough punya to going in a higher gati. I can just
Oh, okay.
example, right? So if you are, that there are millionaires, right? So how many have you seen a second, third, or fourth generations of the millionaire over there? No, you may not be seeing. You're just seeing either one or hardly the second generations of the millionaire because the third generations from onwards they have a lots of money. So what they will do, they try to just spend it out a lot, and ultimately they become like a very normal man or they lose it everything the same way they would do because they were just seen up. That's why they spend their punyas in such a way they become just the ekendri and they do not have enough punya to become a two indris or two sense animal, right? Or three sense animal. They do not have enough punya for that one too in their bank account. And who usually become a manushya? Those are who from here one, I'm just giving an example, right? If the Jia attained a Samyak Gyan and Jia went into this the Swarg and become a Dev. So from that one, once the Jia and after that the Dev Gati will be finished and once the Jia there is a time to reborn again. So Jia usually reborn as a Manushya. So it means that those are the Manushya seats are reserved for the for whom who already have a Samyak Gyan. There are very few manushas, okay, manusya seats available. However, you have in a big schools, right? There are certain number of those the seats available. Same way, there are very certain, our manushas are very limited number. Other things are unlimited number, in numbering wise, okay? Tiryans are innumerous than the human. Devas are innumerous than the human compared to human. Narkis are innumerous compared to human one. It means that human has only certain number. We have 10 upon 29. It means that after one, if we are going towards the 29 0 0 0 0 0 0, how many times we will be going up to the 29 0 after one? That is our limitations. That's how many humans can be available in an entire universe. So we have a limited number, okay?
Okay, so
But they limited number.
okay,
They
so
will
is it like the same with Narkis? Like they
yes,
after they
it
are
is. It is the
born.
same with Narki, because Narki from the Nark, okay, what they can go into from the Nark, they can be going in Thiryans, Manushya, but they can from the Nark, they cannot go in a Devgati. The same way, from the Dev, they cannot directly go to this the Nargati. From the Nargati, they cannot go into the Devgati. They can only go to this the Thiryans and Manushya from Narak.
Okay. Do they
Okay.
not take birth in Narak again because they have run out of bad guns?
No, even though they okay. So in a Nark, they usually went to spend their whatever they did the wrong things, right? They did any bad things. That's why, as a result, they went over there. So what they did it, they spend out things whatever they have accumulated. There are very less chances they accumulated again a very good one because they are just spending just the time like the means like somebody killed someone for an example and court give them an punishments of life imprisonment. Okay, so what that the person is doing in a imprisonment in a jail, they are just getting a result of what they did it, right? So same thing in Narc as well. But after Narc, if once again, either if it's become a Tyrian one, over there, whatever the sin they will do it, they can again go back to Narc. There is not a limit. Okay. And
Oh,
okay. So okay. Let's see how much. Oh, we have very less time and we need to cover it a lot, but in a simple way. I can simply tell you, once you from those one, we already came from which one? We already came from Nigod, right? So once we'll come out from the Nigod in a thrust nadi, in a thrust juice, what are the thrust juice? From 2 cents to 5 cents juice, we called as a thrust juice, right? So if you become a thrust juice, either you are become a 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, or 5 cents. If you come out from the Nigod one and you become a 2 cents, right? So 2 cents to 5 cents, how much time we can spend in a thrust nadi or in a thrust as a thrust? Paryay, we have just a 2000 sagar. How many sagar? 2000 sagar, right? So in a 2000 sagar, we are almost spending like 1236 sagars in a heaven and 746 in a hell, and very few one as a human or as a Tyrian as well combined. Okay, so majority of our time either we are in hell or in heaven, and if we cannot complete the cycle, we again thrown out into the which one? Nigoth. Okay, so let's will
is
be
since there is a limited number in Manushya Gati, is that why people
yes,
die?
yes. So there are we can born okay as Manushya 24 times, and out of 24, those are the 8 as a man, 8 as a woman, and 8 as an we call it the Nanyantar. Okay, or however you can right now seeing those one as a LGBT.
Okay, thank you.
So let's we'll go for this stanza 13. Stanza 13, what it says, एकांतवाद दूषित समस्त विषयादिक पोषक अप्रशस्त कपिलादि रचित श्रुत को अभ्यास सो है कुबोध बहुदेन त्रास. Okay, here one this is ekantvad. What is the ekantvad? I will explain you later on. Okay, dushit samast. Dushit means they polluted. Okay, samast everything, because if you are looking from those to ekantvad, it means that your vision is not a good one. Vishayadi, sensuary pleasures, poshak, aprasast. Okay, and whoever here they just give an example kapiladi, it is just like an example. Okay, rachit, it means that who are not really dev or a guru, And whatever they have rachit means they have written or created. Shrut means gyan. Ko abhyas. Okay, abhyas means you are studying of those one. It means that who are not a true guru or true dev. Okay, and whatever they have created, any kind of those the literatures or religious books. Okay, and that knowledge, if you study those one, so what is that one? So means those one. Hey means yes. Kubodh. Kubodh means it will be not give you a true way. Both means a lesson. It's not give you a real lesson. And what else it will it's give you? Bahu means huge or a lot. Then means give you tras. Tras means yes, a punishment or what we can say, right? And all those things. So what is the ekantwad? I am watching that one. Okay, I still have. Okay, I'll just give an ekantwad means looking from only one sided, only one side. Okay, not covering the full picture. It's called ekantwad. Okay, like an example, when you are talking about only from those the one sided one, I am talking to hey, like an example, Ravan was a not a good king. Okay, and if we are looking about Ravan was not a good man, good man, good man, like that one, but we are not even on the same time we are seeing not we are talking about their virtues. Okay, we are not talking about their how he really made a great king. Okay, how he was a good, so that's why their entire praja with him, even though he was on wrong side, right? So we are not talking about the other dimensions. We are just looking about okay, he was a bad guy. No. So that is what they say is ekant means we are just looking from the one-sided one. I can just on in other example, I can tell you, right? Means you can say, I am I'm a son of my mother, but then, and you always been talking to that one. You are not saying, hey, I have a sister and I'm brother of my sister too. Okay, and she is my sister, and you're not introduced. You are just introduce your one as son of your mother. That is called an ekant. Okay, let's will be going for definitions and fact pretty fast, and then after we are taking the topic. So Grahit Mithyatva, Sankhya Shastra or scripture. Why? Okay, here one, there is a difference between those one, and I'm just giving an example. If you're reading your maths book or your science book, does it will be called as a Mithyadarshit or wrong scripture? No, that has been not been covered under. Okay, if you're studying any kind of those math, science, or whatever you are here on, you become a doctor or anything, your studies will be not considered as a mithya gyan or mithya shastras. Okay, because we are getting a knowledge from those shastras, scriptures, right? It will be not considered. Okay, only considers here one are which you lead towards your wrong belief. Those kind of the shastras will be considered as a mithya shastras. Okay, or that's it's called a grahit. Grahit means yeah, you learned it something new, you accepted something new. So what is the grahit mithya gyan? Studying a shastra, scriptures written by a people who just see the things from one perspective and ignore all other perspective and lead to increase in a sensual pleasure. It's called grahit mithya gyan. Ekantvad, there are many characteristics in a things, right? But to ignore all others and just stick to one is ekantvad. We already know. What is the anekantvad? Anekantvad, it means the way to studying from those all various angles, various sides, and various characteristics of a thing. Okay. There is an example is given and it is in self-explanatory, and we already know what are those the five senses, and here one it is just like a few facts given to you, like there are the two kinds of the smells. Okay, there are the five kinds of those the colors, and those are the things they are just giving to you. So we will be going for a Kahoot. Okay, where is the Kahoot? Kahoot.
Hello, we can hear you.
Oh, you can. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to open a Kahoot. Okay, just give me a second. I'm
I can
sharing.
hear you
You can
now.
hear
Can
me.
I not join the Kahoot because I don't have another device?
It is not like that. Do not do like in that way. But just do one thing. Okay, be there and try to guess what is the right answer or wrong answer. Because while playing a Kahoot, you can also know or having a knowledge, right? Let me share my screen so people can see their pins. Okay, I am sharing my screen. And are you able to see a pin? Okay,
Yes.
do not do like in that way, but just do one thing. Okay, be there and try to guess what is the right answer or wrong answer. Because while playing a Kahoot, you can also uh, know or having a knowledge. People can see their pins. Okay. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm for other kids to. Vika is there, Kian is watching, Navya is there, Ashwin is there. Who we are missing? 1, 2, 3. Okay, anyway, let's start.
You're not sharing your screen anymore. Now you can't do the questions.
He's not here.
He's back. Can you share your screen because we can't do the questions without you sharing your screen. We can't do this.
Hello. Are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Hello.
Can't see your screen.
Now we can.
Yes, you are able to, now you can, right? So, what is the Grahit Mithya Darshan? Hmm. And to follow a real Dev, Shastras and Guru? No, that is not the Grahit Mithyatva, right? To follow Kudev, Kuguru, and Kudharma. That is the Grahit Mithya. Grahit
Couldn't
means
see the
we are
question.
acquiring. Question is, what is the Grahit Mithya Darshan? Grahit means what we have acquired, a new Mithya Darshan. Okay, that is the question. Now let's go for the next one. What is Kudharma?
It's stuck on the loading screen.
Oh,
He left again. What's going on today?
okay. Doing that way. You know that I have another idea because I am totally outside, so connections is very chatty. Okay, just give me a second. Instead of those the Kahoot one, I'll try to do something else. Okay. Because Kahoot and your Google questionnaires, all those the questions are same. So I'm trying to open. Share my screen. Okay, I all are able to see those the MCQs. Hello.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, you can see, right? So that was our first question. What is the
I
Grahit
cannot see
Mithya
it.
Darshan?
Are we
Oh,
still
you
do-
cannot see my
are
screen?
we still doing Kahoot?
Oh, and we are not okay. I just opened the MCQ. The MCQ has the same questions. I think I have a little
Are we still
issues.
doing
I don't know why is going up and down. So we are right now doing this one. Okay, MCQs. Okay. All right. Are you able to see MCQ screen, right?
No.
Avika? Okay. So
Yeah.
here one. What is dharma? You guys can now unmute yourself and give me an answer, okay? We have a question here. What is the kudharma?
All of the above.
All the above, yes. Okay, action performed with the feeling of attachment or hostility. Actions leading to violence and action leading to harm others, right? So what is the sign of real guru?
All of the above.
All of the above, very good. We have learned this one, right? The one who keeps Pichika Mandal, one who away from the feeling of attachment and hostility, and one who perform cash launch. What is Grahit Mithya Darshan? Okay, to read
Wait,
a
it
book
says Mithya
written by
Gyan. Mithya Gyan.
yeah, Mithya Gyan. Sorry, what is the Grahit Mithya Gyan? To read a book written by a person having a feelings of rag dvesh. Okay, to read a book written by real Muni Maharaj. To trust a preaching of Tirthankar Bhagwan, and none of those one.
To read the book.
What is the Mithya Gyan?
Read the books by Real Muni Maharaj.
No, that is
Read
not
the
the
books
Mithya.
with the it's read the books with by written by a person having feelings of ragdvesh.
Yes, mithya means wrong. Okay, always been or opposite. We can simply in our word wherever it comes a mithya, it means like you always been believe that the word means wrong. Okay, so wrong gyan means wrong knowledge. From where you can get wrong knowledge, you know, right? Okay, this is a sign of real dev, the one who wear clothes.
The one who is Vitragi and carry sight of Nasa.
Very good. Okay, so Ram is son only. What does this sentence represent? Ekant. Okay, so the question is yes, ekantva, because only, right? Just showing up that only from the one side. And Jain Dharma is ekantvadi, anekantvadi, to be biased, and none of those one. Jain Dharma is what is?
Anikwadi.
We just always been seeing from the one sided, or we are seeing from all facet, all from the different sides.
Anikwadi.
Okay. What are the fake wrong shastras? Okay. The one
All of
which
the
is
above.
All of the
conforming
above.
with the all of the above. Very good. How many types of indriya are there? How many types of the senses you
5.
5.
have? Very good. Okay. So what do we call a book which are written by Nirgranth Sadhu, and that is preaches on non-violence as a dharma?
Real Shastra.
Real Shastra. Very good, very good. So you all did really okay, and you all did everything is correct, right? All our answers are correct. You okay, so let's stop this one and turn all everyone's your camera, and we are resetting it. One, I will just open these sessions. If anyone has questions, they can ask.
Okay.
Okay, so let's recite a Namokar mantra first.
Okay.
Hari Hantanam Namo Sitanam Namaya Namo Vachayanam Namo Loe Savasagunam Eso Pancharamokar Sava Pava Manglanancha Savesim Mangalam. Jai Janendra. Now this session is open. If you have
Jai Indra. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Jai Janendra.